It's the 17th of February 1941. A young and brave skipper takes U-552 under command after losing his previous ship. After 2 months of training and integration, the crew are ready for their first orders. They have just taken a 3-day trip through the Kiel Canal to their new base port. All that is left is to replenish resources and head to the sea. After a successful campaign against the Allied forces in May and June of 1940, the German army took over the ports on the west coast of France. These bases gave the Kriegsmarine a significant advantage in the War of the Atlantic. After the Kriegsmarine have gained an access to the French ports, capabilities of our U-boat forces have grown tremendously. Skippers amongst themselves call this period the happy time. Our orders are to head to sector BF1 to BF2 in the northeast Atlantic and travel 2,250 kilometers inside to complete the patrol. You may receive additional orders upon reaching the area. The anticipated number of vessels in this area is expected to be large. Our objective is to sink a minimum of 7,000 tons of merchant tonnage. Good hunting. Hi everyone, on the 25th of February at just gone 10 past 7 in the morning, we got a message from the BDU. A very valuable high-frequency direction finder prototype is being transported by the Vistula cargo ship, headed to the port of Liverpool, where it will undergo further testing. Sinking this ship will noticeably slow the enemy progress in developing this technology. We estimate that it's currently passing through a square AM 898 with the course of 67 degrees. The ship will be moving in a convoy travelling at a speed of 7 knots. So there we are, our first orders upon reaching our patrol zone, which is basically the southwest waters off Cornwall and South Wales as well. So we're in that kind of area there. So we're going to have to try and plot a course to try and intercept this convoy carrying containing the Vistula cargo ship to prevent this high frequency radar basically getting to the port of Liverpool. We'll confirm that mission and we will head out there straight away. Okay, so here we are just south of Cornwall. As you can see, this is the location of the current location of the ship and convoy. Liverpool's up here, so we are going to actually go out of our patrol zone. We're going to have to go pretty quick to try and intercept, probably sort of between Ireland and Wales, about here. That's probably going to be a good intercept course. So we'll go flat out to try and get there and yeah, see what damage we can do to this convoy. I'm a little bit worried because we've got airfields here which can send aircraft up to hit us, which will slow us down if we have to dive. So a lot of challenges ahead, but let's see if we can intercept HX convoy. Okay, well, we dived just in time. What we feared was going to happen happened. An aircraft spotted us. We're just diving down to 100 meters now. Yeah, we got down just in time. He dropped some depth charges. We heard them go off, but thankfully we're undamaged, so we can continue on our mission. Obviously, this is going to delay us somewhat. We can move a lot slower underwater, and we're going to have to wait for that aircraft to leave the area. No doubt they'll probably radio in some more aircraft to sort of patrol this area, waiting for us to resurface. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to try and intercept this convoy now, but we'll do our best. Ah, further delays. Looks like a British destroyer just over the horizon. Right, alarm, dive, dive, dive. Later that evening, we get a message from another U-boat. Single steamer in the naval group AM 926. Speed 7 knots. Course 94 degrees. 2 duds, 1 miss. Couldn't continue the attack. That's good to know. Confirmed. Right. Horseclonger is working away, listening to any further transmissions. We are nearing, hopefully, despite all those interruptions and delays of the aircraft, numerous aircraft attacks, and a near miss with a Royal Navy destroyer, we are close to getting in position to have a shot, an ambush of that convoy with the critical technology on board. So, stand by and we'll try to bring that to you very soon. Okay, here we are. Right, they are... Oh, we're just behind them, actually. We're just behind them. They've kind of stolen a little bit of a march on us. We've got a ship there. Possibly something up front. I can't see. Let's quickly get these ones locked in then. Can't make out what ship name that is. There we go, it's Empire Tower, let's recognise that. Let's get their speed. We think they're doing about 7 knots, according to the reports earlier. You say it's gone past the best firing angle. But it's under cover of dark, so we may have a good chance to get some shots away here at these ships. One of these is going to have to be the one with the critical radar technology on it. So we're hoping this confirms the speed is going to be about 7 knots. 7 knots, perfect. Distance about 4.6 kilometers. Okay, so 129. So we'll set that. Right. Oh, we haven't got any tubes warmed up. I think our engineers have been asleep, so we're going to fire some cold torpedoes. That's not a great angle, they're telling me, which is fine. Let's go for what was the 8.47. So if we set this to 9, magnetic, fire. Got a T1 in tube 4, which is now warmed up, which is good. Right, not a great angle at this one, so let's see if we can get. We've got 2 here. Can we target this one at the back? Probably not going to get that with this one in the front, are we? Swedish! That's going to be the one. That's got to be the one. It's always the Swedish ships, I tell you. But as a first command, let's this one's going to intercept, so let's well, interfere, shall I say? So this one, we might as well attack this one first. There you go, it's an Empire Bell, let's recognise that. We know the speed is going to be 7 knots. Distance. There you go, it's always difficult. 3.4. Course is 117. Right, tube 4. Again, what's the draft on this? 7.45. 7.5. Let's go magnetic. Fire. That looks like a destroyer behind. What we got there? Corvette. Corvette. Okay. Okay, so we've a small convoy. We fired at that one, and we fired at this one. There's one behind it, so we're only going to get a couple of chances. So let's put that on the surface. We'll fire another cold on that one, just in case. We are early war. We might have, well, not early war, but we are got a chance of duds as well. So let's fire 2. One travelling on the surface, one travelling under the waves, and maybe we can have. Oh, we can have a chance at this Swedish one, although technically they're neutral. So
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Well, we've got a bit of bad news. The two magnetic ones were duds. This one, which is the one fired on the surface, has just slipped by. Yeah. Frustrating. What we're going to have to do is slip away, get ahead of them again, and set up another ambush, a better ambush this time. We're going to ignore magnetic warheads going forward for the time being because they're just so unreliable. We've just lost two duds now. The good news is the duds would not have struck the ship and not detonated. They'd have gone under it, and the magnetic warhead would not have sensed obviously the metallic hull of the ship, and so it just sailed under them. So as long as they didn't see any bubbles or anything like that, they should be none the wiser. So yeah, we're going to slip away, try and get out of the range where we can get onto the surface and use our best speed to get away from them and get ahead and set up another ambush. This time we're going to use warmed up torpedoes as well, if we can wake our engineers up, to make sure we are fully prepared to attack this convoy. Okay, some time has passed. We were able to slip away, and now we've just surfaced in front of them. Is that them? That's just the waves coming over the... There they are. Right, we're ahead of them this time, which will give us far better time. The Swedish ship seems to be leading the way, which is a bit suspicious. Why has the Swedes suddenly got out in the front? I can't read the ship name. But the Swedish... Here's the destroyer. Keep away from him, of course. Then we've got another destroyer back there, and then... Empire Trent, I think that says. So it's not that one. There's a corvette. I can't read her name on that. Oh, hang on. I might be able to. Just... No, it's the maximum zoom. It's just under the waves. It's something beginning with a V. I think this is it. This is the one. Okay. It doesn't mean we can't have a shot at the other one. The Swedish one will leave because it's neutral. And you know, I've given the Swedes enough pain as it is. So we'll have a shot at this one, but actually we'll wait for this one to come into a better position. So let's move a little bit further forward. Have we got any potential issues with destroyers or corvettes coming into us? So this is going to be the closest one here. So we need to just keep an eye on him and just creep a little bit further to the convoy to allow us to get some better shots. And yeah, we'll set up to attack those two Empire ships, Empire Trent and the... I've forgotten what it's called. Something with a V, isn't it? Vestola? I can't remember. Alright, a chance having a look again. Put the periscope down just so the destroyers didn't see it, wouldn't get to see us. Alright, there is the Empire Trent. So this is the one we're after. Well, let's bring the periscope down a little bit. So we'll get her identified again. She's an Empire Belle. Speed, let's just confirm they are still doing 7 knots. 12 knots, where'd that come from? Yeah, because they may have had some issues. The sea's definitely getting rougher. Maybe that's why the magnetic warheads didn't detonate. The ship is moving up and down on the waves. About there, 7 knots, yeah. I was slightly early, I think, but I think we got away with it. 22 in the green. There you go. Perfect. And she's coming in, and we got torpedoes warmed up. So we got a T1 and a T2. Let's get T1 warmed up. Okay. Tube 2. Fire. We're actually going to put 2. We'll put 2 torpedoes for each ship. To try and get this one's a T2, so hopefully this will have good fire. Right, let's get the one which has gone past the best angle. There she is. Let's get her locked in. Seven knots. Distance. Put 3.2. 4, there we go. Brilliant. Right. Tubes 1 and 4 flood. What is the beam is so the length is 112. So dispersion, let's put that right down. Fire. Tube 1 away. Tube 4 away. Right, let's dive, get away from these destroyers. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, 2 good hits, 2 ships sunk. I should say 4 good hits. 2 pairs of good hits on each ship, and they're both sunk to the bottom. We have attracted, unsurprisingly, the attention of the destroyer escort. So what we've done, it's not that deep here. It's only about 90 something meters. Oh no, it's just over 110 actually. It's a little bit deeper here. We've actually rested the sub onto the seabed. Let us sit in the soft silt at the bottom of the seabed, and hopefully that should disguise our profile to any hydrophone operators on those destroyers, if they have them. So we're just going to hope that is enough to camouflage our boat against the seabed. We'll know pretty soon, because if they drop depth charges, we're kind of a sitting duck. But I think it's worth a gamble. Okay, just quickly checking the journal. We've got a report from U-1306, which is the one where they spotted that single steamer. But if we have a look at this, so we were looking for the Vistula cargo ship. Look at all these. This is the warship. These are the aircraft that we spot. So we sunk the Empire Trent, and it wasn't. It was the Victorite. Vistula. Oh, it was that Swedish ship. Oh, I should have trusted my instincts and sunk the Swedish ship. It's always the Swedes. I just saw the V. I couldn't quite make out the name, but it was the Victorite. Or Vicolite. Or however you pronounce that. But it's not the one we wanted. It's the blooming Swedish ship. Oh, man. Okay. So we're going to have to lose the attention of these destroyers. And then get ahead and set up another ambush to try and hit that Swedish ship. What is going on? There's some sort of... Oh, are you okay there, boys? Sorry, was I blocking the thoroughfare? I do apologise. Right, so we're gonna sit here quietly. You can hear the chuff, 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 chuff of the destroyer engines above. No Wasserbomben yet being dropped into the water, which is good news for us. So we're going to sit here quietly, let them go by, and then try and get ahead of them once again to try and sink the Vistula. Okay, a little while later, it looks like they've finally got bored of us. We've got a destroyer here, G95, got another destroyer there, and we've got these two corvettes. They're all heading away from us now, so I might give them a little bit more time. Yeah, we'll have to bob up from the seabed, and then we'll head over here away from them, try and surface the boat, and then get ahead of them and re-engage somewhere up here. They've got to go up to... oh god, we're further up than I thought. So they've got to go around Anglesey and into Liverpool. So, you know, somewhere up here we could probably intercept them. Maybe sooner if we can get away from these guys quicker. Okay, good morning everyone. Right, we've just got ahead of them. The sun is coming up. That's not it, is it? It's the Swedish ship. Yeah, where's the escort? Oh, they're back there. Look, the escort haven't caught up themselves. We've got a prime opportunity now to attack when it's kind of isolated. And the sun is behind it as well. So yes, we are facing east. And this is that Swedish ship. This is the one we've been hunting all this time without knowing it. Right, let's get her locked in. Right, let's do a distance calculation. Right there. 2.7 kilometers. Vistula, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that's led us a merry dance. So we'll do a speed check with her. See what she's doing now. She's still doing the 7 knots, which she was earlier. And I think we have no messing. We'll fire 2 torpedoes at her as well. Don't want to hang around to meet those quickly closing escort ships. So yeah, 2 torpedoes. Try and finish her off in 1, and then get out of dodge. For our first command of U-552, the Red Devil, it's been a bit of a... wow, it's a bit of a frustrating one. But if we ultimately can succeed in sinking the convoy we were sent to sink, then big tick for us. Okay then, what have we got? We've got tubes, we've got T2 and a T1. Perfect. Get those 2 ready to go. Estimated distance 2.8. Okay, we'll add an extra 100 meters on there if that makes you feel better. Don't think it makes any difference to that. Right, tubes 1 and 2. Fire. Tube 1 away. Tube 2 away. Okay, 30 seconds until hopefully we'll have 2 detonations on this Swedish ship. 20 seconds. Oh, you can see crew member. Oh, there's a crew member just walking. Oh yeah, he survived that first hit. Second hit, he still survived. Right, 2 good hits. Hopefully that's enough to get her sunk. That will have alerted the escorts, no doubt. Oh, she's sunk. Mission complete. Happy days. Wow, we fired a lot of torpedoes. Had a few duds with the magnetic warheads, but ultimately we've achieved what we set out to do. We've sunk. Oh, that must be easily a minimum of 7,000 tons. We've sunk the ship with the radar technology, the prototypes. So all good. All that remains at the moment is to get out of dodge before these guys come to the party. So periscope down, and let's sneak away. And as we get the band playing us back into home port. What a lovely touch that is. That reminds me of the Silent Hunter 3, that does. Herman von Danningberg, our captain, receives his Iron Cross second class. And an Iron Cross first class to go with it. So the campaign objective on Happy Times. We sunk 3 ships, the Vistula, Victorite, and the Empire Trent. So the Empire Trent, our sources inform us that this ship was headed from Halifax to Liverpool with medical supplies in their cargo holds. The ship's gross registered tonnage was 6,229 tons. It was registered in the UK. The Victorite, or Vicolite, Intel tells us it's got a tonnage of 5,913 tons and was transporting food from Halifax to Liverpool, registered in Canada. And the Vistula, Intel tells us that this ship had a registered tonnage of 2,742 tons and was transporting raw material or raw resources and some prototypes from Halifax to Liverpool. It was registered in Sweden. So confirmation then, we got 12,000 monies reward for that. We got another engineer, Theo Oratel? I don't know. So tonnage sunk from this patrol was 14,884 tons. Time was 12 days and 16 hours at sea. Distance travelled 4,221 kilometres. We've gone through the 3 ships we've already sunk. Yeah. We got there in the end. Let's look at the aircraft though. If I slowly go, you see many aircraft. And on the way back, there's some more aircraft swatting us, which we were able to avoid. But yes. So, at this time, hiding in shallow water on the seabed seems to throw off the destroyers, which is really good because it was a tactic used in parts of the war. So I'm glad that, I don't know if that's just by chance it's working, but it is working, and that is an extra string to our bow which we can use going forward, which will be great. So we'll leave it there. Depending if there are any further updates, there's been so many patches and hot patches for the U-Boat game. That's why I've taken this long to start a new series. Obviously, the old game was incompatible. The old game save was incompatible with this latest version. There's been a patch every other day at this rate, so it could be that this save becomes incompatible in the next couple of days. But fingers crossed, it will not, and we can continue with Herman's career and see how the Red Devil U-552 gets on in the Happy Times. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.